Hey everybody, my name is Danny Dumas and this is the Earning Title Podcast, and I'm so thankful you're here. And I'm going to talk about being thankful. It is something that I think is important, and I'm going to talk to you specifically about being thankful for the winter. But before I get into that, we're wrapping up this year. We're really close to 2025, and I wanted to thank you for the success that this podcast has had. A service called Buzzsprout, and it gives you a wrap up at the end of the year. So I just want to share my numbers with you, how I'm doing, because it's because of you, because you're sharing the podcast, you're reaching out, you're telling me you like it, which is encouraging, which, makes me want to do this a little more. So I have made in Buzzsprout, which is one of the largest platforms for podcast hosting, I've made the top 25%, which is cool. Thank you. I have, at time of speaking, I've done 51 episodes, and I've done over 75 total. I have had, my most popular city is Seattle, Washington. So for those of you that are out west, I appreciate it. Followed by Philadelphia and then Detroit, Michigan, which is really surprising because that's where I'm from. So all my Detroit people, let's have a little competition. Maybe next year you can win against Washington. Followed by Denver, Colorado, and Chicago, Illinois. Thank you very much. This has been viewed in 51 countries, with the top 5 being the United States, Canada, Australia, the United Kingdom, and Singapore. My number 1 episode is advice from a marriage counselor with over 40 years of experience. He's also my dad, so I think that's a pretty cool. That makes me happy that that's my most popular episode. So I wanted to thank you guys for doing that for me. It means a lot, and I'm going to continue to push forward. As I go and as this podcast grows, I do want to let you know we have some changes coming. Currently, if you've ever seen a guest on this show, that is me reaching out to someone that I know or someone in my network or someone that I know, referencing somebody and making a connection. I'm about to record an episode for the very first person who has reached out to me to be on this show. I've had several. At least maybe once, maybe 2 or 3 a month have reached out. And this is the first one where I felt comfortable having them on. I just want to let you know that it's my dedication. I am dedicated to making sure that it's a good fit. Some of them were, I thought, maybe good fits, but not really. There was someone wanted to come on. They own the 400 apartment buildings, and I didn't know how that was relevant to becoming a better husband, father, and leader. This next one you're going to hear in a week or two. It's related to being, it's an educational for your kids. So I think it will be good. So if I ever miss the mark and someone comes on, it's just not, lining up, please let me know. Because I really want to make sure that I respect your time. I respect your attention. I respect your opinion. So if I miss the mark on a guest, realize that I don't know, I'm not going to know everybody that comes on. I'm going to be meeting them the first day we do this podcast. So give me a little bit of grace, but I would like your feedback if you like somebody. If you didn't, why? So that is some of the upcoming things we're going to do. And we're going to get into today's topic, which is being thankful and why that's important. And specifically being thankful during the winter. If you are in the northern hemisphere, it's wintertime. We are right in the middle. Christmas is just a couple days away. New Year's is coming up. And we are in the middle of the darkness. If you've ever, if you lived anywhere, north in the United States in the north, you understand that around 4:00, it starts to get dark, and by 5, it is as dark as midnight. And that's a very rough thing to have. It's very challenging. And we're not as north as you can get. Obviously we have Canada above us, Alaska, in Europe they have, Sweden, Finland, all those places that are like near the Arctic Circle. They can actually have darkness for 30, 40 days where the sun never comes completely above the horizon. And you would think that those locations would have the highest numbers of seasonal affective disorder, which is a depression that you get during the winter. But the truth is that they don't. And there's some reasons why. There's some research into that, of why that happens. And so I'm going to share a little bit of that with you and give you my take on how we can better enjoy the winter. So first off, let's just get the obvious out that the winter is not the summer. That's very clear. The coldness is not the warmness, so there's some difference. So the one thing you can do is realize that the life you live in winter It's okay if it's different than the summer. It's okay that you don't go to as many parties in the winter as you do the summer because people are staying inside. And I think when you have this dread of the winter, oh, it's going to be terrible, it's going to be dark forever, you see the dread. You see, oh, I don't get to spend as much time with my friends because no one's having parties. We're not socializing as much. We're inside more. But if you can change your mindset, especially if you have a family, to think, wow, this is the time of year where my kids are going to be home and it's going to be dark out. So we're not going to be going out. We're not, in the summer at 10 o'clock, everybody can be out and doing different things, but everyone's home. Think of how awesome that is. You can have a 2 to 3 month period in the winter where you get to spend time in your house with your family. Change your mindset and be thankful for that. Be thankful for the actual cold weather. There's no more cleaner feeling than going outside when it's really cold and taking deep, cold breath of air in, like for something that's just so energizing. To take that deep, cold breath, it just feels good to get out there in the cold. And so I would encourage you, if you live in these cold climates, don't limit yourself to not going outside because it's cold. There is a saying that in colder climates that there's no bad weather, there's just poor dressing, just poor clothing choices. You can get out into anything. I've been outside in negative 15, negative 17 degree weather. Now, I don't recommend that. It was for work. But if you're around the freezing temperature, up 0 to freezing, you're doing okay. Like you can dress for that and you can go outside, take your dog for a walk. One of the reasons we have this seasonal affective disorder is because we do need vitamin D. And I have a whole podcast about vitamin D and sun exposure. Just because it's cold out doesn't mean you can't get that. Spend some time outside. But one of the things that I think is great is to go outside, whatever, you're going to shovel the snow, you're going to play with your kids out in the snow, you're going to go for a walk in the cold. But the feeling of when you come in and you warm up, there's nothing better than that. And I know not everybody has access to this, but I have a wood burning stove. There is nothing more comforting than to go outside and be cold, to come into that radiant wood fired heat and just enjoy it. Like that feeling of warming up is awesome. But that comes from a mindset shift. I have to think, okay, this is what's good about the winter is that I can be cold, but I come in and I can warm up. You don't get to, like just being hot in the summer, to me, that's miserable. I hate being hot. You go in, just hot, sweaty, all that. I don't enjoy that feeling. And even coming in and getting cool, it's not refreshing necessarily to get cold when you're coming into the air conditioning, but there's something special about coming in from the winter and warming up. We don't spend as much time with our friends and family or with our friends. And I want you to see that as a benefit because you get to spend time with your family. We have such a busy go life that it's hard to slow down. I play more board games with my kids in the winter. We talk more in the winter. We take this moment to just kind of come together in the winter when it's dark out that we don't do in the summer. Summer is a go time. And I think it's important that we allow this winter time to just kind of have a reset, just getting back to just nature. The foods we eat. I love a good soup, but not in July when it's 100 degrees outside. But there's something good and hearty about this. And I think it really just comes to a mindset shift. You can actually hate the winter and hate all of it, but it's still cold out. It's still dark out. You still have limited access to your friends because they're all inside. So why not change your mind, change your focus, and just learn to be thankful for all things winter. One thing that I think is helpful in some Scandinavian countries do is they actually have different seasons for winter. Like we have, winter, spring, summer, fall. They'll have fall, winter, spring. And I think when you're going through challenging times, and I know it's not all roses when it's dark for a month straight, but if you can break that up into, you could have fall, which is awesome. Then fall, winter, where it's not quite winter yet, but you can still enjoy putting a hoodie on and, wearing comfortable clothes. Like sweats and a hoodie is probably the most comfortable outfit you could ever wear. And then you get into the winter, which is holiday seasons. You have, the end of Thanksgiving and shopping and getting ready for Christmas and New Year's. That's awesome. Then you go into February. And if if you're far enough north, you have snow, and snow is great. You can go skiing and ice skating and all these things, and you're making an active push. And then you have winter, but it's getting to spring, and you have the change, and you have the excitement that the weather's getting better. So I think breaking it up and realizing that you're getting to these steps is just a good way to think, because like I said, you're going to have darkness, you're going to have cold. So why not change your mind? Focus on what's good. Spend some quality time with your family, reconnecting. The New Year's is coming, and you need that time to focus on next year, making some plans. It just having the absence of the sunlight and kind of forcing you to be inside more than you want to. Use that to your advantage to make the next year better. If you're having a hard time thinking of how you can make that better, if you're really struggling and mentally you just can't get going because of the darkness and the coldness, reach out to me. I want to help. I want to help you be a better husband. I want to help you be a better father. I want to help you be a better leader. I want to help you get through this cold, dark winter, whether that's figuratively in your marriage, because just things seems to be icy cold, or that's literally because you're living up in Alaska and you haven't seen the sun in a couple of weeks. Give me a call or give me an email. Excuse me. My email is danny@dannydumas.com. I'd love to reach out to you. I'd love to talk to you, come up with a plan. We'll execute the plan. We'll follow up on the plan. I know this was short. I want you to enjoy your time with your family during the holidays, and I can't wait to talk to you and see what this next year has in store for the Earn Your Title podcast. Thank you for all the downloads. Thank you for the encouragement. I will talk to you later. Bye.